Hey guys, welcome back to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. Today, we're going to be talking about Flash's Ezra Miller pleading not guilty in the burglary case. I think I said it before, but I'll say it again. I think Ezra Miller is unhinged, and he's just a psychopath, honestly, in my opinion. After everything he's done, I couldn't believe my eyes. How can you try this person and come to the conclusion that he's not guilty after everything he's done, the people he's hurt? He's assaulted people. He's choked a woman before. He's committed burglary on several accounts. This guy is a menace to society, and he's unhinged, which was also made apparent in his social media posts. How he thinks that he couldn't be caught because he's the fastest man alive, acting like if he was the actual Flash. I even made a community post about this a few months earlier this year, talking about how like this guy thinks he's the Flash. It was so pathetic and funny at the same time, but still mostly pathetic more than anything else. But anyways, I have the article here so I can go over this with you guys. But before we get started, be sure to like, subscribe, and click on the bell notifications so you all don't miss anything. I post a lot of Marvel-related content here on the channel, especially Marvel Spider-Man 2. So if you want to stay up to date with the latest in MCU news and, on occasion, DC news, then definitely be sure to subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And if you don't like that as well, then you can also follow me on my social medias, such as Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch if YouTube isn't really your thing. Definitely check those out simply by looking up at News to Astonish and you'll find me there. So anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this. Now, although Ezra Miller agreed to seek treatment for their complex mental health issues earlier this year, the actor's legal troubles aren't over yet. Back in August, the star of WB's long-delayed The Flash movie was hit with the felony burglary charges stemming from an alleged robbery that took place in Vermont on May 1st. And during a virtual appearance in Bennington County Court earlier today, Miller via Verity pled not guilty to the charges. If convicted, Miller faces up to 26 years in prison. I think the guy deserves more time. Only if he's convicted, but 26 years isn't enough after everything he's done. A literal menace to society. But of course, because of people like him who has like the alphabet on him, like, you know, because he uses weird pronouns and whatnot, they're not going to convict him because they're afraid to do so. But you know what? We'll see how it turns out. Moving on. Miller stands accused of breaking into a private residence in Stamford, Vermont, according to the owners, who weren't there at the time of the incident. Miller stole several bottles of alcohol from the property. Police charged Miller after reviewing surveillance footage and interviewing several witnesses. The resulting felony burglary charges carries a maximum prison sentence of 25 years along with a maximum fine of $1,000. Additionally, Miller faces a petite larceny charge stating that the items stolen were less than $900 in value. This also carries a $1,000 fine and its own max sentence of 1 year. That's seriously pathetic. That's ridiculous. A person in his position, a person who has, you know, obviously a lot of power because he's in movies and, you know, movie stars get paid big time. Why would you want to go ahead and break and enter like into a private residence and steal alcohol of all things when you have more than enough money to go buy alcohol for yourself? You know, cause your own troubles. Don't cause troubles for other people. Don't try to hurt other people. Ezra Miller is a psychopath. He's a pathetic loser. The actor's next hearing will take place on January 13. In the meantime, Miller has agreed to not have any contact with the homeowner or return to the residence. Well, for sure, let's hope he keeps it that way. I'm sorry, let's hope they keep it that way, as he likes to go by, or they like to go by, excuse me. Needless to say, Miller's 2022 has been fraught with controversy. Back in the spring, Miller was arrested twice in Hawaii on separate assault charges, but these seemingly opened the floodgates for even more troubling claims about the actor to surface. Miller has subsequently faced additional allegations of assault, harassment, and child grooming. They also were reported to have been stockpiling guns and growing their own marijuana supply at a farm in Vermont over the summer. Last month, a story in Vanity Fair alleged that Miller suffers from Messiah delusions and believes they will one day lead an indigenous revolution. It wasn't until Warner Brothers informally floated the idea of canceling The Flash that Miller finally addressed their behavior. In a statement, Miller apologized to their fans, colleagues, and accusers and promised to do the necessary work to get back to a healthy, safe, and productive stage in their life. Regardless, it's going to be difficult to promote the movie amid their ongoing legal battles, especially if they wind up being behind bars. The Flash remains scheduled to hit theaters in June 23, 2023. What do you make of this latest development surrounding Ezra Miller? You let me know in the comment section below. Honestly, a person like this in society who's completely unhinged and just kind of has a few screws loose up there, doesn't really deserve a second shot or a third shot or fourth shot or whatever this is out in society. He's clearly a danger to society. This person, Ezra, does not need to be making any more movies and should not have any contact with anybody whatsoever. And I'm not really that excited for the Flash movie anymore. Even though the Flash is one of my favorite characters, I just hate to see Ezra put on the suit. I never even thought Ezra Miller was even a decent pick as the Flash. I want Warner Brothers to cast somebody else as the Flash. But you let me know your thoughts, guys. What do you think about Ezra Miller's situation? You think he's going to be facing prison time? Or do you think they're going to let him free once again? I believe Ezra Miller is going to be able to bail himself out. Unless they're allowed to do so. But I think Ezra's going to be able to bail himself out because of this. Like, watch. Ezra's going to be free to walk in the streets in no time. But I don't think anything's going to ever happen to Ezra. Despite everything that he's done, nothing's going to happen to Ezra. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click on the bell notifications so you don't miss anything. Dislike the video if you did. And as always, guys, I will see you all in the next comic panel.